At home, Louisville Slugger Factory is actually producing these bats, and as Isaiah Kim Martinez shows you, they're preparing to get a lot more orders.
It's baseball's hottest new changeup, putting the country on notice.
Two thoughts were, that's different. I don't know if the player's going to like it or not.
Louisville Slugger bats carved with that ever so different shape, resembling a bowling pin. What's being called the torpedo bat. We got to see them being made up close at the Louisville Slugger Factory and Museum on Main Street. Former WHAS 11 journalist Rick Redmond, now a Louisville Slugger spokesperson.
We're continuously working with players to innovate and help them find a way to have an edge at the plate.
The final product, it was a slow burn for players at first.
It took a few iterations and a few practices for them to get used to the new swing.
We also talked to fifth-generation bat maker Bob Hillerick with Hillerick and Bradsby, which makes Louisville Sluggers.
If you can move that sweet spot, which is about the size of a silver dollar, it's going to make a difference for the performance.
Louisville Slugger has actually been making these torpedo bats for a couple years now, but after that surge in home runs by the Yankees over the weekend,
high drive, right field. See ya.
they're getting a lot more calls. Former MVP Cody Bellinger made one of the first requests to Louisville Slugger for one of these.
I was pumped. I was like, you know what? Ingenuity wins. That's the reality of it.
At the Slugger Museum, Edwin Curry, a lifelong Yankees fan, likes to see evolutions like these in the sport.
You know, they came up with a different design, something they felt was going to work better. Nobody said they couldn't use it, so go for it.
As for whether he believes this controversial new trend will yield results for years to come,
Or the bat might help it travel, but they still got to be able to hit it.
Bottom line here, the design of the bat itself, it's basically where the weight is in the bat and on the barrel itself. You know, we talked about a bowling pin. Basically, before, it's a little bit more uniform through the bat. Now, the weight of it, the biggest, thickest chunk of it is a little closer to the label, shifting further down the bat, closer to where you hold it.
So you say it's popular, goes back, what, about 2 years? They've been really weighing
November
into this?
2023, so about a year and a half.
So
it hasn't been long.
Now it's being termed as a controversial bat, but it's being marked as in compliance. We wonder how long that's going to last.
It's in compliance. The weight of it, the material of it, all checks out. But Doug, you were mentioning how many orders they've gotten. Louisville Slugger says they've gotten orders for, I think it was about 60 bats.
Right.
We were told that after all this big frenzy happened over the weekend, that their operations folks heard from, I believe it was the Cincinnati Reds, and they said, listen, we need you to come up here now.
Oh, wow.
And talk to us about this. So this is not going to be the end of this story.
The controversy, the people that are complaining are the smaller group. It sounds like
the
right
fans,
now.
right?
Yeah,
but the real people who are making the decisions. And if the league says it checks out legal rules-wise and it works, teams are going to use it.
If you've hit a couple of home runs, Connie, you're going to be loving this.
All right. Not everyone's listening to Dave Portnoy. I guess it depends.
Thanks, Isaiah.